Look, the songs are great. Ben Platt is great. But who the hell thought this was a good idea? This is awful. And it's not Cats. I've heard a couple of people say it. I've heard them say, "Oh, it's the 2021 Cats." No, it's not. Nothing is as bad a Broadway to film translation as Cats was. That being said, this is a pretty bad one, and I do like the songs. It's Benj Basic and Justin Paul wrote them. The guys who wrote La La Land, the Greatest Showman films, I love. But it's not an age thing. It's not an age thing having Ben Platt play him. He's 28, okay, playing a teenager. Maybe you could have looked for somebody else. But it is a look thing, because he doesn't look like a teenager. 28-year-olds can get away with playing it. Not him. Honestly, when he was in like Pitch Perfect in 2012, he was like 19. He didn't even look 19 then. He was playing 19. So he's just not someone who can get away with that. And it does look weird. It doesn't look normal. And besides that, obviously, there is the fundamental problem that Evan Hansen is a terrible person. He does this terrible, awful thing. This kid walks up to him. He has no friends, Evan Hansen. He's depressed. He writes letters to himself. His therapist tells him to. This guy walks up to him, signs his cast, steals a note that Evan wrote to himself, and then kills himself. And then his parents find the note, which Evan wrote to himself, on his body, thinking it's a suicide note, and then they go, "Oh, you must have been his best friend." And Evan goes, "Yup," and then he acts like he was his best friend, and he gets all this attention, and he gets to become famous, and he gets all these new friends, and he gets a girlfriend. The guy's sister, he uses this suicide to hit on the dead guy's sister. It's wonderful and become part of his family, kind of, and it's super creepy and terrifying and weird. Evan Hansen is objectively a terrible person, and I was just waiting the whole time for it to blow up in his face. A trope I hate. It's a real pet peeve of mine in film. Then you're just waiting for it to blow up in their face. And you always either know, depending on the sides of how wrong the thing they're doing is, that there's going to be an either bittersweet ending where they kind of make peace with them, or there's going to be a happy ending in spite of it, which is a lot of teen films, and they really annoy me. This was the latter, or the former, and you knew it was going to be. So the whole time I was just waiting for this thing to blow up in his face and then him not to end happily, honestly. It's not a happy ending. So it's just shit. I don't like the story, you know? I think a lot of the songs are nice, but what they're about, this situation, it's not okay. Fraudulently writing emails from this guy. It's not a quirky, fun song. It's something really twisted and sick and terrible, and he just keeps going for 2 hours. So I'm giving Suicide Opportunist 49 out of 100. Like, I thought that was like a fun, interesting musical or anything other than like a horror stalkery movie. Like, you could easily turn it into that. Someone's edited the trailer already, I guarantee it, to turn it into a horror movie, because it's so easily can be turned into one.